Have you ever felt nervous or afraid of speaking a foreign language? Have you had any problems of speaking a foreign language to foreigners, like constant interruptions or attempts to try to find the relevant and necessary word for your speech and trying to express yourself more clearly? If your answer is yes, then keep watching this video where we're gonna try to break down this issue and where we're gonna try to find solutions to it. YouTube, my name is Amir Mustafayev and I'm a language learner that knows 6 languages, and here on this channel I'm trying to share with you the advices and recommendations that I learned about throughout of my language learning experience, and I'm sharing it with you for you to have more efficient and faster ways of learning a foreign language for you to use it. In this video we're going to break down the importance of the mindset and how the change in your mindset can considerably improve your skills in the spoken language. Then we're going to learn about the context and the importance of context and the importance of concentration on ideas and not perfection. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some practical tips using which you are going to be able to improve your speech. First and foremost, let us start with the mindset. And by the mindset, I mean how can we tackle this fear of speaking a foreign language and how we can basically get rid of it so that we can speak this language fluently and confidently. Firstly, we have to recognize that even in our first language, in our native language, we have problems of speaking sometimes, because in certain contexts we, for example, forget certain vocabularies. In stressful situations we forget certain expressions, let alone in the foreign language, structures of which are different from the language that we speak. So we have to embrace this reality where we're struggling in certain contexts, and this is normal. And this mindset of realizing it will be able to help us to speak more comfortably and to feel ourselves in a more convenient way rather than in some awkward way. And second point that I would like to make about the mindset is going to be about being patient about yourself. Mainly it is related to the fact that we as human beings tend to commit mistakes, but we have to realize that without mistakes there is no improvement. And many famous language learners and really good language learners that speak in the way that you even cannot say that they are foreigners that learn this language. So for them, at their times, they committed a lot of mistakes, but then they just worked on them and eventually improved their speaking skills. And I encourage you to set small goals, achievable ones that you can get track of, and yeah, just track them. Try to see what was your progress in the past 10 days, 30 days, in the past 2 months. Well, myself, I was struggling a lot, and I felt that I was the most slow learner of languages. But then with the practice and with embracing the reality of the slow learning, of the committing mistakes, and embracing the fact that it is normal. All those facts combined led me to a good level of language. The next really relevant point is the importance of context. Many language learners fear that in certain contexts, in certain situations, they will not be able to express themselves as confidently as they would be able to in other situations, because they think that they don't know the necessary and relevant words. But in the most of the cases, in the situations where you're speaking to a foreign person, in most of the cases, this is not true. You will be able to express yourself. It is just your mind trying to withhold you and trying to stop you from talking to a person. In the reality, the most important point of the conversation is the interaction between people. This emotional interaction that you are having with the person. And a practical tip that will be able to help you navigate through any context is to practice using certain vocabularies, trying to create situations where you are not as comfortable, and trying to speak about the topic that you are not as comfortable with. And the next concept is related to the previous point, and this is the concept of focusing on ideas rather than being a perfectionist. So let us consider two scenarios where one person is overly concerned about speaking the language perfectly, so that they hesitate and overthink the words, which naturally leads to a boring and not engaging conversation. And in contrast, another person that articulates their thoughts clearly and making a room for a meaningful conversation, even though it is not really flawless. This will lead to a more engaging and deeper discussion. So here, from this example, it is clear that the essence of the conversation is more important than the form in which the conversation is held. Here is a piece of advice. Prioritize the essence of the message that you're trying to convey. Instead of fixating on speaking the language correctly, try to convey your message in a clear and passionate way. This will make your conversation more enjoyable and engaging. And my practical tip would be to speak slowly. Speaking slowly will allow you to collect your thoughts and ideas together, and it will reduce your level of pressure and anxiety that comes with speaking. This will also improve the structure of your sentences and will give time to people to process what you just said. To speak slowly is perfectly normal. For example, it helped me to get rid of filler words like well, okay, so, like, and many others. And it is gonna help you to speak more confidently. Remember, effective communication in a foreign language is not about being perfect. It is about concentrating on sharing the ideas and creating special bonds and connections with people. And by focusing on the essence of the conversation and by using these tips, you'll see your conversations become more natural, enjoyable, and engaging. So if you found this video interesting, don't forget forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might find it useful. And I thank you for watching and see you in the next one.